Turn 5, initiative.
Turn 5 initiative is just, is it 2 or 1 d6?
2.
2d6. It does say that on my little crib sheet that I wrote. And I got double 1. So no matter what you roll, it's better than that.
Unless I rolled a double 1.
In that case, we just roll again.
Okay. So you move first.
The initiative player always goes first during the attack and end of phases. Okay. Oh yeah, because the movement phase.
You move
so
first, then I shoot first.
Okay, so what do I want to move first?
I thought you took one of my ships.
New. You took out one of my destroyers.
Yeah.
You took out the Seek.
Yeah.
One of my S classes. No, sorry, one of my tribals. You've taken out one of my tribals. You haven't taken out my, which is annoying because they're my big heavy gun, but they're my big heavy gun destroyers. Because everything else are basically JNS classes, which are.
Even though I'm sure one of my destroyers is very close to sinking.
I think a couple of your destroyers have had a little bit of a kicking.
My Yuzuki down to 1 health.
Yeah. Which, is she on her last point? Then she should be. You should test to see if she's crippled or not.
Okay. Every system gets a D6 and it's got to be a 4+ to keep them.
Let me just see if I've actually written it down about the crippling. No, I didn't. Okay, yeah, it's pretty much everything that has all your gun turrets to see if they're still available.
Yeah.
Including your torpedo tubes.
Yeah.
And any special systems you see if you still have them. I will just confirm what the scores are. Because I think it's like you've got to roll over something.
4+, I thought. Or
Crippled. On a 4+, the turret or trait is destroyed.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll?
No, it's wrong. Go on.
Speed is hard. Let me see if I've got this right. Hang on. Okay, turning will be reduced to 1 point, and speed is permanently reduced by half. In addition, your secondary, in your case, main guns and anti-aircraft weapons are also halved, rounded down. So I would always say you'll still get 1. Because even
So
you get nothing.
do I still have to roll for them, or is that automatic?
You have, because your guns are going to be classified as secondaries, aren't they? So
Yeah,
automatically, right. Automatically, your secondaries and so main armament for the destroyers, but secondaries in the grand scheme of things are halved. AA is halved, but we don't need to worry about AA because there's no aircraft in this game. We don't tend to play with aeroplanes.
One.
You get your turning speed is reduced to 1, and your speed is reduced to half. Sorry, it's half of whatever it is. So if it's 7, it becomes 3.5.
2,
8 becomes 4.
2, 1. Okay. So you're not moving very fast.
And a +4 on any traits. And for example, your turret, because your torpedoes are a turret or a billet, a turret, or a weapon, you need to roll to see if they're still functioning.
Torpedoes. Yeah.
They're still fine. So anything over a 4, you lose it basically. Do you have anything else on that destroyer?
Speed reduced, turning reduced.
Yeah.
Second is reduced.
And your goes, yeah. Main armament for us.
Main torpedo to work.
Torpedoes, you still have 1 charge of torpedoes.
Yeah.
Cool. So you want? I have to move first. Okay. You'll move 7. So this destroyer squadron continues its rapid advance on my left hand side. So that's my first group done.
So
Destroyer's facing the wrong way.
my first ship.
The Katsuki is facing the wrong way.
Two ships are these. Tatsuki and Chariwara. Tatsuki.
Yuasuki, Akatsuki,
Cherryuki.
Tatsuki. That's those 2, I believe.
No, I'm talking about the 2 next to
Oh, the 2 nearest me. These 2. Shibuyuki and the Hatsuyuki.
Hatsuyuki. Okay. Oh, nice targets, a nice speed. Move 4. Turn. Turn. And 4 again. How's your week been?
It was alright. Busy, but not super busy. I generally expected because it's Easter that we were going to have a lot more on today, but on over the week, but we didn't. Of course, that was your my move then. So Belfast will follow along.
No, I'm not ramming you.
I know what you're trying to do. Mine?
Yeah, you're right.
Scourge and Scorpion are going to continue, they're going to slow to 6. However, as they go, they're going to dump smoke behind them.
Not very friendly.
As well, well, those two. Continue.
Let me just check.
Probably 7 or an 8 of their max speed.
No. Okay. There. There. There.
Okay.
I can't go any faster.
Oh, is she the... Yeah, she's
That's
the
what
crippled
I'm
one.
damaged.
That's the one that's crippled.
Yeah.
Okay. She'll turn 2 points. Travel number 3. Navia will travel 3. Also execute a 2-point turn. Continue on 3. Go. We'll pick up the survivors from the Seek later. So no life points.
There's going to be a lot of dead destroyer this turn.
Possibly. Possibly.
Oh, there will be.
Dorsetshire. Go 3. There's a 2-point turn, and we'll continue 3.
This is going to be horrible.
You know what I like about NavWar? He does everything.
Yep.
He is a man who's basically got. He
He
does
even
Navy.
does Japanese landing craft.
I know, and that sounds like they had those.
Yeah.
They're basically just little trawlers and stuff, aren't they? They are. And he does do literally everything you want. You want proper undersea boards. He does all of those. He does the Japanese submarines. He does American. He does the British stuff. It's great.
There you go.
I mean, that's what Trav bought, because Trav, if you remember, he built himself basically a proper little submarine combat force. So he had electric boat. He had the very latest versions of submarines. He had all the Mark, everything that he could get his hands on, packs of them, and sea cows, because he said he wanted to have this resupply
I can have the I-400s.
Oh yeah, your
AKK submarine. Yeah, he carried 3 aircraft in the hull.
Yeah, because it's that one. Because I think he's even got the French one with the gun turret on the front and all that sort of stuff. He does all those. Okay.
I was really silly today. I was watching Spaceship Yamato.
It's kind of a cool show.
A real life version, not the animation.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Battleship Yamato. Okay.
Yeah.
Warspiter's moved.
And
I believe it's just down to Yamato now.
5.
And then I have to move the Rodney into King George V. His Majesty.
No, 5.
His most Imperial Britannic Majesty, King George V.
I'm down to a 4-inch move.
Oh yeah, because I slapped you. Because Rodney slapped you hard. For 2 turns, and then you gave Rodney one good kick, and Rodney sort of went, ow.
Your last moves.
Oh, that's 2-0. Rodney will move. Hang on. 5, yeah, that's right. So Rodney is going to
Stay behind the smoke screen.
stay behind the smoke screen because she's not stupid. And King George V will also move up behind her. Good thing is, I have radar, so the smoke screen doesn't stop me from shooting you.
And problem is, you need to be behind the smoke screen to survive. You're not.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, no, that's your evil little land launchers.
Yeah.
What is it? It's the Japanese. It's a torpedo platform.
But the thing is,
it's a torpedo delivery
the
system.
torpedoes are helping me a lot by making me survive a bit better.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised.
Now, my first shoot is what I'm going to fire first. Oh yeah.
You fire first anyway.
The Agano is going to shoot your cruiser.
The Dorsetshire.
Yeah.
So she shall engage the Dorsetshire. The heavy cruiser versus the heavy cruiser, is it?
No, mine's a light cruiser.
Oh, the Agano's a light, is she? Okay, so centre to centre, you're at 8 inches. So we are. So you will have basic access to all your turrets, which are.
Well, according to this, the model is 3 turrets.
3 twinned.
3 twins, so you can re-roll.
No, it's not twin linked. They're just weak.
Okay, so you're on a minus. Sorry, just hitting me. Okay, so you are. Ooh, target is 10 inches or less. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hang on, close range for target for turret and secondary is less for turret and secondary weapons only +1. Let me just make sure I haven't misread that one.
Okay.
On the ranges before you get your +1, because I think it literally is. It's the secondaries that get the bonus, not the main guns.
I haven't got secondaries.
They should do. Or are
No.
your guns just counted as secondaries?
No, they're turrets. But there's no secondary armament in the list.
But you are a beam to me, so. Okay, so your target score on the Dorsetshire, your target to hit is 5+.
Mm-hmm.
So that will become a. Let me just make sure I'm not talking anything else. Okay, no, it is that. Turret and secondary weapons. I think for some reason I misread that one. Yeah, for turret. Okay, so target is so it's a +1, so you're on a 5. So
1.
that's 1. So +4, 3 becomes a 4. No, there's no more bonuses. However, I am a large silhouette, so that becomes, so that's 2, hang on, 5, 3, nope, that's two successful hits.
One damage dice.
So 2 damage dice in this case. So 1 bounces, a 6 causes damage. You require,
I got 6.
my armour is 3, is that, you just got 1 hit?
Oh, 6 and a 3.
A 6 and a 3. Okay, so my armour is 3 plus you're weak, so that makes it a 4. So your 6 hits me, but I believe if it's weak you can't do criticals, so you just
1 point damage.
I just take damage from the hit.
Okay.
Figure out where my marker gone.
In your bag, I thought.
Good. I take it you're not using your super special ability. You're just dumping.
What super ability?
You know, the long lenses. We're not over 20 inches, so what's the point? So,
no, he's just a super AP.
Super AP.
It's
horrible.
No, it's a Yamato.
Okay.
Let me confirm that.
No,
just AP.
Your torpedoes are AP. Okay, not super AP. Okay, so my firing, I believe.
Yep.
Cool, then the Dorsetshire will return fire. She will launch her own rack of torpedoes. She will fire her...
oh! No, one set of tubes is all I can
She will
fire.
dump her port torpedoes on you. Right, what's your target score for the...
The gunner target is 5.
5. Under 10, so becomes 4, and your beam... Ooh, 3 hits.
Which is probably 6 dice.
No, it's only 1 damage dice a pop. Your armour is... Your armour score?
3.
3. I inflict 1 point of damage on you.
Whoa, that's 4. 4 points of damage.
In total? Right, okay, back to you then.
I might as well do it while I've got the chance. Hey Yamato, against your forward battleship. No, the one that's not damaged.
Warspite.
Yeah.
You're going to give Warspite a volley. Okay, you are at 19. So you are, well, medium range. Large silhouette, so it's a +1. The Warspite's target is 5s. So 4s for your guns.
Main guns onto your cruiser. Secondaries on your forward destroyer. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on 4, did you say?
4s against the belt, the Warspite.
6.
6 hits. Okay, you have super AP, I believe, in your guns.
Yeah, well.
So you're going through my armour. So you're automatically onto a 4 against my armour is normally a 6 because you get your +2. That's a 4.
6s would be nice.
6s would be horrible.
4 point.
So 4
point damage and 1 possible crit.
So it's 4 successes in total, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. 4 plus in it for a crit. No.
No critical. Thank the gods. Okay. Your secondaries against the success then. Success is 11.5. Okay, so 1 second. I'm not fast moving because I didn't move over 7. Bit secondary anyway. So +1, so you're on 5s to hit my destroyer.
Okay. I don't know why there's 2 sets of secondaries on the Yamato. That's the 1944 version.
Ah, so
the new one.
So the
old one is the 43 version.
So you just need to mark on it 43, 44 version. So early and or mid and late war.
Okay. 2 shots.
I was going to say because in
theory, twin linked.
Because I was going to say because in theory you should be using her 44 incarnation then, which is the bigger guns. The bigger guns.
Oh, more of them.
More of them. Okay.
They're twin linked,
Okay.
and these are not.
Okay. So you are.
I'll do twin links
So
first.
twin link to allow you to reroll. You need 5s to hit me.
No.
Okay.
5s again. And I can't do criticals.
And you can't critical because
1, 2, 3. 3 hits.
3 hits against a success, and the success is killed.
Okay. Hey.
Goes up in smoke as a massive shells just come screaming in on her. Congratulations, that's 2 to you and 0 to me.
Yeah, but I'm not doing enough damage fast enough. You'll go.
Cossack and Nubian will fire their secondaries into the Agano. Granted, they're only it's 2 dice each. Okay. You are at 10 and under 10. You are a beam to me. Yeah. So, target score I believe was 5 for the Agano.
You're gonna. You will.
Cool. So I'm on 4s. All hit. I then double my dice because of sorry, no, I did. And then it's 1 per. However, they are weak. So I'm on a.
No crits.
What's your armor score?
My armor score is 3.
3. So I'm on 4s. 1 successful strike against the Agano.
I can't use torpedoes from the stereo, whatever, because I want to hit my own ship.
Oh, when you. Yeah, because you can't fire them through smoke, so you can't target
so
them.
he's firing torpedoes at him.
At the King George V, okay?
Yeah, with a .10. And that's his starboard torpedo. Torpedo. Target.
Okay, so you're going to fire into Scourge's rear.
Yeah, it's hard to hit, but starboard torpedo. There we go.
Okay, no gunfire.
No gunfire.
Okay. Okay, Belfast is going to engage the Akatsuki with her main guns.
Yutsuki, the one that's nearly gone glug glug glug.
You are at 10? 10. You're just under 10. Okay, Belfast. Twin linked, but they are weak, so I don't get a lot. So all 4 guns. Target score for the Akatsuki? She's a destroyer.
6.
6. Becomes 5 because I'm facing you. Okay, I can reroll. I've got 2 hits so far, and I can reroll those 2. No more hits. Damage.
Armor's 2.
You take 1 hit.
That all 1 hit.
1 hit. 1 point of damage.
Boom!
Was she dead?
I had 1 point down left.
So the Akatsuki.
I
Was it?
no,
I was thinking the wrong one.
I thought, oh, sorry.
No, sorry.
I thought it was the Akatsuki. 1 point of damage.
1 point of damage.
I apologise, Alex.
Ah. Oh. Never mind.
I thought it was the other ship.
Oh,
The one that's very slow.
Okay. So Belfast was fired. Back to you.
So, that 2 destroyers are going to combine firepower onto the destroyer you shot at me with.
Hang on. Sorry, which destroyer? Those 2.
Them
Those 2 are going to fire on the Javelin or on Belfast?
The destroyer!
On Javelin.
Okay. 2.
Cool.
Oh, I am surprised. I get 4 dice.
Oh, you like my tribals?
Yeah.
You got bigger
Oh, I'm
guns.
just going to make sure.
You got bigger than 4.2 inch guns now.
Agizuki. Yep. I get 4 dice.
Cool. Okay.
And no
5s.
1.
Okay. Weak. You'd be on 2s, 3s. 3s or better.
5.
5. Okay, so you inflict 1 damage on Javelin. Cool. Any of my ships are going to walk away with it. We're going to sail away from this without having had something. My response. Okay, Jaguar, Jarvis, and Javelin are all going to fire. I've got to make sure I get this right. Sorry, because okay, so Javelin and Jarvis are both on 5s, become 4s because you're a beam and you're under 10. But Jaguar is just out, so it's just on 5. So Jaguar's on 5s. So 1 shot. Nope. And then Jarvis and Jaguar. Ooh, 1 hit. 1 point of damage.
To Akisuki.
On Aki and the Akisuki.
Akisuki, 1 point damage.
But your armor's only about 2, so it would have been a 3. Yeah.
Okay. This is going to be fun. Samide and Hanagizuki are going to shoot at your forward destroyer.
At the Savage.
Yep. Which gives me 4 dice.
Okay, you're going to be on. Hang on, need to make sure. 6 becomes 5, so becomes 4s.
2.
Okay. My armour is 2, but I take it your guns are weak, so
Yeah.
you're on 3s. 2 points of damage. Okay,
I ain't finished yet.
Oh, sorry. You need other stuff as well.
Can I just put torpedo markers, please?
Of course.
Well, I'm trying to make up for the fact that you're going to blow the hell out of my Yamato.
Well, that is why I'm here.
Yep.
So that's
That's my job.
Hamasuki and the Samadea are basically striking with torpedoes.
Yep. The thing is, you win if you sink the Yamato. I win if I can get off the
If you can get
table.
them away. This is where it just ends up turning into a gun battle in the end. Okay, so those 3 are basically all going to retaliate.
Yep.
So
On one ship or on both?
Scourge is going to drop her torpedoes against Hanatsuki.
Yeah.
So as I go along, I can knock their torpedoes fired. I can get 1 rack of those anyway. And the Savage is going to drop her torpedoes on Samadera.
Okay.
Savage, because she's probably going to die anyway. The Scorpion will save hers for the moment, which may not do me much good. However, all 3 will fire on the Samadera. The only ship that doesn't get the bonus for being so close is the Scourge. So Scourge is going to be on a 5. Scorpion and Savage will be on 4s. So this is on the 5. Nope. This is on the 4s. 2 hits. I'm on 3s to do any damage. 2 points of damage against the Samadea.
Okay.
So the Samadea goes gluck gluck.
Oh, no.
Damn! Gunnery needs to be better. Come on, guys.
Crippled though.
Oh, okay. So you need to find out what.
Yeah, I'll do that now.
Cool.
So that's halved.
Turning is down to 1. Speed is down is halved, and then it's +4 on all your turrets and special abilities and things like that.
No, secondaries are halved.
Correct.
I can you half 1.
You're just on 1. My simple comment would be you're on 1. You don't go anything below 1.
Torpedoes.
That's
Starboard.
They're gone. 4s or better.
Port or not.
Port. So you keep 1 set, but you've lost the other turret, the other torpedo turret. Oh, sorry, the other torpedo launchers.
Okay.
So back to you. If you have
I'm
anything
finished.
else. You have nothing else to fire. Okay. Rodney can't shoot. However, King George V can. And she has a radar. She did have a radar lock on. She did have a radar lock on you. I'm hoping. I'll have to double check because before the smoke got dumped.
I'm an idiot. Don't agree with that.
I'm trying not to.
Do you know why?
Okay, I am going to attempt on a 3 or better. He can see the Yamato. So the King George. Sorry, the King George V, can see the Yamato.
I've got radar.
I see you. The Yamato has radar.
Yes.
I believe so.
That's one in the special.
Radar.
Yeah.
You have radar. I'll just make sure it's in the book. Because I think you.
This is 1944 version, possibly.
Agile Aircraft 7 armored deck torpedo belt. Not in that version. We'll just see if they updated it. She should have.
Well, when I did the list, that's how it came out.
Again, it depends which version. No. I'm happy enough to say she's got radar.
Yeah, but it's a bit late now.
I'm happy.
I could have used it last time. But it probably so new to it, I forgot to bring the operator.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you spotted me.
Yeah. So the King George V she has still got a lock onto her. So I get only the 4 guns. So only the A and B turrets can fire. Okay. Still 6. My secondaries I will use against the this lead destroyer. It's attempting to torpedo me. So gunnery, I will be striking you on. Your target score is
4.
4s. Hang on, because even though I am targeting you through the smoke, does the radar just ignore everything? Range as well. Sorry. Okay, you're not we're at medium range, as it were.
So there's no plummeting.
Yeah, so you're not getting plummeting off it, but I'm not close enough to sort of be able to lay into you good and add. Okay, so I can just see you. It doesn't give me any bonuses. Okay, so you're not a beam to me. No. Okay, so it is literally just your target score, which was 4.
Let me just check. 4.
So on the 4s, 2 successful hits.
How many damage dice per hit?
4. Well, sorry, 2, and I am AP rounds. So your armour is 6.
6.
Becomes 5. And that's it. Nothing! Absolutely
The
nothing.
smoke is. You mistreat your range in the street of smoke.
That's what I'm going with at this point. The King George V missed. Then again, it is.
No, you shoot my destroyer.
Then again, that is her opening salvo for the game. Okay, secondaries into the Imasuman. Okay, you're nice and close. They are weak. Just fast moving target. How far did you move?
8.
8. Okay. Most ignore because it's secondaries and you are at close range. So it's a +1. So I believe that's a 5, and that is a beam to me. So it's a 4 to hit you. Nothing but misses.
You're not doing very well with your dice tonight, Alex.
With that one, no. Okay, all my firing is done because Rodney can't shoot.
Okay.
Everyone else is shot or is fired. So, well, we move on to the end phase.
It is where there's lots of
Which we do the torpedoes and so on
Yeah.
and so forth. So we will do torpedoes first. You get to resolve your torpedo attack. Alright.
Okay.
Wherever you want to start.
I'm trying to remember which one, because some have got 4 dice, some have got 5. Yeah. That's the Gano against them.
And then it's a Dorsetshire, okay?
Gano is
The only bonuses you get against me is it's my target score, and you get a +1 for being on my flank, basically.
4 dice.
On my side. So you're on a 4 or better to hit me with your torpedoes.
1.
1, okay. You are AP or super AP with your torpedoes?
AP.
So my armour is 2s or better.
5 damage dice. Oh, 4 damage.
Oh god.
2 possible crits.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
First crit, hopefully.
Nope.
No. Second. No.
Okay.
That's the
Whew.
4 damage. Is that all I'll give you?
That's all that one's used.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay, I'll let you do all your torpedo attacks.
Your battleship, 5 from destroyer.
Yep.
So that's 4 dice, I think.
You also gave a beamer to me. The target score is...
What was the name of the
4. That's the Izamani.
Izanami?
Izanami, sorry.
That's what I need to
Izanami.
check.
Yeah, I don't know why I keep reading it the wrong way. N, it's an N, not an M. It's Nam, not man.
Izanami.
Izunami.
Okay.
Okay.
What am I hitting on?
You will be on, hang on, freeze to hit me, because again you're being...
3 hits.
Okay. You'll be on 4s for your armour. No, sorry, 5s for armour, because I have an armour of 6 and you are AP.
Super AP.
Then you're on 4s. 4s to punch through my armour.
Okay.
You suddenly realise you've got not enough dice.
Oh, that's 3. That's it's alright, my brain just gone
No.
dead.
How damage?
The
dice?
first dice roll was for the hit,
Yes.
and this is now for the damage.
Yes. So however many damage dice you get per hit. Oh god, I don't think you've got enough
8,
dice.
10. Oh god, to roll 2 more. 5 damage dice.
Are you just firing lasers under the water or something? Actually, no, that wouldn't work.
Was it 5s?
4s.
4s.
4s or better. And one of those is, oh god, and several of those are criticals.
2 more dice.
Okay, how much damage does the King George V take at this time?
5, 6, 7, 8. 9 damage to start with.
9, okay.
With 2 possible crits.
Go on.
Crit,
Okay.
2d6.
Hang on. It is critical hits 2d6
Define location.
to define location. However, I think you, with torpedoes, I think it's slightly different. I will just confirm. It's not massively different, but I think you can sort of like tinker it. Wait, what am I talking about? I have a torpedo belt. Ah! I forgot, I have a torpedo belt. I just remembered because all my battleships got upgraded with torpedo belts.
That means reroll hits.
If I can find out what it means.
I think it rerolls hits.
I think it does. Hang on. Torpedo belt. Any damage dice for a torpedo that affects the ship may be re-rolled at the discretion of the player whose ship has been hit. So it's your damage dice. Do you know what, because I forgot about it, I will just say re-roll the 2 that was 6s. I won't say the whole lot, but I will just re-roll the 2 that was 6s.
2 6s.
So if they actually do their own damage. Okay, they still hurt me. Is it one of those hurt me? Yeah,
Only 1. So you got 8 points of
I
damage.
get 1 back. And you don't get any crits out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. God damn it, Alex, remember your special abilities like torpedo belts.
So that's your battleship
So,
floating nicely.
okay, so he's still floating.
Okay.
Nothing horrible. The torpedo belts chewed them up.
Okay, now your 3 destroyers.
Okay, the Shirokuma is striking the Scourge, which will be on 6s to hit.
Nope.
Okay. The Samadare and Hanatsuki
Yeah.
are on 5s to hit with their torpedoes
Okay.
against the Savage and the 6 Scorpion.
Okay. 5 to hit. 2 hits. Which means
Is that from both of them or just one of them?
that's just the first one.
Uh,
Doesn't really matter the thing.
Okay, we'll take it on Scorpion.
6,
Then.
7, 8, 10.
You're on. Basically, don't roll a 1 because you're super AP round, I assume. Yes.
10. 2 crits.
Scorpion is dead.
No.
And the Scorpion goes down. Savage.
Savage.
Also on 5s to hit.
2.
5 damage dice per.
That's the thing. I've got to hit you first. Then you start worrying.
And then it's a case of, why is it still alive? More than 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. Savage.
3 1s though.
The Savage is also killed.
Now you can get payback now.
Okay. From the Scourge, who's the only one surviving in her group, I get 2 dice. Target score will be on a 5. Both hit, giving me 8 dice in total, so I need to borrow 2 of yours.
If they're 60s, I want those back.
Oh, and it's AP as well, so I just don't roll that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 against that one. 7 strikes.
I'll take him off as a destroyer.
Yeah, finally got to kill something. Okay, and
I thought you should at the Ghana.
No, that's the next one I'm doing. Sorry, that's the last one I'm doing. The Samadare, again, will be 2 dice. Ooh, only 1 this time. So you can have your 2 back. 4 damage. Oh, hang on, I've got to roll too many dice. I'll reroll those again. 4 points of damage against the Samadare. Also killed. It's a bloodbath. This ship's going down everywhere because we've both just hit them with super weapons.
Now you're going to see my Ghana, aren't you?
Probably. Okay, the Dorsetshire's torpedoes are also on 2s. And I will be on... what's the target score? Is it 5 or a 6?
I'll do 5.
5, so it becomes a 4 because I'm a beam. 1 successful strike. 4 damage. AP. Harama, normally?
Armour is 3.
3, so I'm on 2s. 3 successful hits. One of those was a 6, but it doesn't go through and cause critical damage.
And...
Is the Ghana dead? Or is he just crippled?
crippled.
Ooh. So, that's...
Let me see what I can do first.
Okay, do you know what? I'm going to take that. That's not bad. Crippling a ship is at this point just as useful.
There. Oh, beat. Here we go. A turret. Dead. B turret. Dead. X turret. Dead.
Stop rolling high.
Torpedoes. Dead. Dead.
She's a Hulk.
She's a floating target. Can't shoot back. Oh, sorry. I haven't got secondaries.
Your secondaries just get halved as well.
I haven't got secondaries.
Oh, you don't even have You don't have little guns?
Nope.
I'm kind of intrigued what guns she mounts in the first place. They can't be bigger than 6 inches then.
3 turrets, 6-inch guns.
Okay. I need to put out my fires on board the Rodney, because now we move on to the proper end phase, which is damage control.
I've got no fire, but I don't have many shooters.
You have... Do you still not have any damage you need to fix on her? Rudder, engines?
True. Engines.
Because the Yamato you need to fix her engines. So you need a 9 or better on 1d6 plus 4, which is your command crew. Nope.
No.
Okay, so the Rodney, in order to repair... Sorry, not the Rodney. It's fires. Sorry, fires. Roll 1d6 plus fire, and I need 7 or more. Oh dear. One fire is put out.
Mm-hmm.
The other fire continues to burn, causing Rodney 2 more points of crew damage.
Mm-hmm.
We don't set as many fires as we probably should.
That was... I lost 2 destroyers. 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, yeah. 2 destroyers out of 1 squadron.
Hmm.
And you've lost 3?
4.
4.
I've had 4 destroyers gone. 1 tribal, which is my bigger destroyers, and 3 of the S classes.
I lost 2. It's an average I can't afford.
And the really scary thing is that the my Rodney is battered. The King George V took a good wallop from that torpedo spread. The Warspite is still good and solid. Her only real advantage is the fact that she just has long range guns. Okay, initiative. I have an 8.
Oh shit.
Ooh, my turn.
Mm-hmm.
You be first.
Mm-hmm. Can I display smoke?
Mm-hmm.
Be a bit silly because the smoke will be behind him.
Mm-hmm.
No, no worry. You'll go, Alex. I'm quite surprised them destroyers lasted so long. Considering they've only got 3 points of health. 3 points of damage.
Oh dear God, really? Okay.
I've only got 5 lots of movement.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 forward. And then hard turn. 2 forward. 2 forward. Hard turn. 2 forward. Jugular. The J's are swinging in.
Okay.
Belfast has moved.
Okay.
Go. So I turned it off for a minute so you could really did whatever it was you needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
one side. On both sides. I have one side of torpedoes, but they go both ways. Yamato's probably about to move out of my range anyway.
One ship left.
Craziness. That's all I'm doing right now is absolute, utter craziness. Okay. Did not expect that to happen.
It's a case of sink or die.
Yeah. I'm seeing it right now. Because you've got nothing left to move, have you now?
No.
More smoke.
Your first ship.
Nubian and Cossack both are going to drop their torpedoes into the Yamato. So, hopefully.
There's no way I'm going to outrun them, so.
There's no point of. I could fire their guns. To be honest, your armour is. It's going to make it impossible for me to hurt you anyway. So that's it. They just dumped their torpedoes.
Okay. So I might as well use him before you sink him. Okay.
Sorry.
2 forward turrets
Sorry.
are shooting your
dump
cruiser.
Sorry, who word?
You
Those
must
two against.
2 turrets against him. The rear turret against your rear battleship.
Against the King George.
And all my secondaries against your destroyers. I'll split them in half.
Split it 50-50.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just confirm range to theirs. 14. Okay. What do you want to fire on first?
I'll fire against your cruiser.
Against the cruiser. The poor Dorsetshire.
Yep, I hope so.
So, target will be on 4s, because she's so close.
3.
God.
This is going to hurt you.
No, it's like 4 dice every hit.
I want to find my sheet.
You've lost the Yamato.
Oh, no, there it is. Yeah, there we go.
You've lost his Yamato sheet.
4. 3 hits.
And then you've got to dump her torpedoes.
12. Oh. And what do I need? Anything but?
Pretty much,
Yeah.
because your armour, but your
Super AP.
the Super AP basically negates my armour. How many 2s and above?
12, 11.
The Dorsetshire is killed. The Dorsetshire is lost.
Okay.
Shredded by the 18-inch main guns of the Yamato.
Okay. Now I'm going to shoot your battleship with the rear turret.
Okay.
What's the range?
The range, it's still medium range. You're fine with that, so there's no pluses and minuses. And it's a +1, so you are on a target of 3. I am a beam.
2.
Okay. There's only 7 dice. 10 dice.
No, sorry. 8 dice.
8 dice. It's 4. It's 4 a successful hit.
Super AP.
Oh. 4s or better.
3 6s would be really nice. 4s or better. 2, 4. 6 hits with 1 possible.
Mm-hmm. 6. Gone.
Yes.
Of course. 2d6. What'd you get?
7.
7 engines. Roll a d6.
6.
Engines disabled. So I take, hang on, 3 more damage. 3 crew damage. The speed is 0. The King George isn't going anywhere. I have to repair it. And it's -1 on the target score. So it's you're now on freeze to strike.
Okay. I'm splitting these shots into half.
Okay.
Okay.
So your secondary is correct.
Which gives me 1 twin linked,
Okay.
4 normal, or 4 weak per crew destroyer.
Okay, so new.
Twin linked.
Okay, you will need 5s.
Okay, let's try again. No.
Okay.
5s. 2.
Okay.
2, yeah, but no.
Because you need to do that. That's your hits. So
That's
you've hit the Nubian twice.
And damage is 1 dice. No.
What'd you get?
3 and a 1.
No damage. Are they weak?
Yep.
Okay, no, you don't do any damage to them.
Okay, now let's try the other destroyer.
So they're all twin linked.
5s.
Nope.
Nope. 2 hits. What damage do I do? 1.
1 more on the Cossack.
It's alright.
My return.
Yep.
The King George V will give you, well, if you can, will fire onto the Yamato with everything.
3 or 4 turrets yours.
3 turrets.
Twin and triple.
2 quad, 1 double.
10 dice. Well, 10.
10 dice in total.
Yeah.
Let's borrow 2 dice. Hang on.
No.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Normal range. You're a beam to me, so your target score is a 3. Also, it would be target score starts as a 4, so it becomes a 3 because you're a beam. So give me something. Oh god, that's terrible. Half those shots. Okay, that's 4 successful strikes, so that means I can double those. I double all those up. Okay. So I'll hand you those ones back and use those.
Armour of 4. No, sorry, armour of
Armour is going to be something like 6, I believe.
6.
6. I'm AP, so it's a 5. 1. 1 got through your armour. King George V is fired. Your next shot.
Okay. You, Tuki, you're going to shoot at your middle battleships. Yeah.
On a Rodney, okay.
I get 1 dice,
Mm-hmm.
and then I give you a torpedo burst.
Mm-hmm.
1 dice of. I'll roll 1 dice, see what I get. 4.
Yeah, you hit.
Damage. Let's get a 1. Oh no. Nothing.
Okay. So your torpedoes are away.
Mm.
The Akitsuki, because I assume that's her sister ship. She's also in the same group.
No. You sunk the other member of that group.
Oh, okay. They take it there, so they're just running on their own.
Oh yeah. Your dice is hiding. I couldn't see it.
What, the Akatsuki?
The front one by your dice. I couldn't see it. Yeah. Thank you. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, because that'll be her sister ship.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's hiding her, seeing as the dice
No.
are between them. Never mind.
It was hiding the label. That's how I can see the ships.
Okay. Carry on. Anyway, is she
so-
going to shoot as well?
She's going to shoot your other damage. No. And then. Yeah. Okay. Your battleship's going to get 2 shots and torpedoed.
How many
Before.
rounds does the Akatsuki? Oh, okay. Come on. So against Warspite.
Yeah.
So torpedoes against Warspite. 2
Okay.
rounds. Target 5-4.
2 hits.
Yep. Armour is 5.
1 hit. 1 damage.
1 point of damage.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay, Warspite will target the Yamato. In order to do that, I've got to target her through the smoke.
You got radar. That's
She sees her. Time smoke doesn't stop. So 19, so just under long range. Let's see, Warspite gives me 2, 4, 6, 8 dice. There's 2 of yours again.
my dice don't give you any luck at all.
Sure, the dice are helping. Our target will be 4s or 5s? 4s becomes 3s because we're beams, so there's only 1 failed to wound.
7, so you got 14
It's
dice.
3 per dice.
21 dice.
I need to borrow your dice.
I've done 3 lots of 7.
Oh. Actually, what I'll do is hang on, that's the, actually I know what I'll do. That's the first turret.
Oh, yeah, you got,
Yeah, because hang on, I got, oh God, I don't remember it. There was only 1 that failed, wasn't there?
you got 9 hits.
2, 4, 6, 8, yeah. No, 7 hits.
7 hits.
7 hits. So, needing I've got AP, so I need 5s. So this is the first rack. Okay, that's 1 critical. And that's the only
1
damage.
possible.
That's the only one I got. So that was, hang on, so that's
How many dice did you roll then?
9.
12 left.
Next rack of 9.
It makes 18.
3 more. Okay, that's up to 4 criticals, but 4 points of damage so far. And I have how many dice left now?
3.
3. So I roll my last 3 dice.
So you only had 4 criticals.
Okay, take that as 2 more points of damage, and that's another pair of critical. That's another critical, so I'm up to 5 potential
So
criticals.
that's 5 criticals and other damage.
But, well, that's 6 total damage,
Okay.
and then 5 of them are potentially critical. So, first one passes on a 4, I believe.
Yep.
Okay, so first one does damage to 7 engines. 5. Your fuel systems are damaged. +2 damage, +2 to crew damage, -3 to your speed, and 1 fire starts.
3 damage, 3 crew.
Yep.
1 fire.
1 fire starts, and it's -3 to your speed.
Hmm.
Which I think puts her dead in the water, or she'll still drift. No, she still has one inch of movement. Okay, second
She's
one.
going backwards half an inch.
Oh, good God. Okay, so she will.
She's dead in the water.
She's dead in the water at this point. Okay, second one. So you get 5, so that's fine. A 4, which is crew. A 1, fire. Another fire starts and 2 crew damage. The third one is also succeeds with a 6, which is again engines. A 3, props are damaged. -2.
I'm not going anywhere.
You're not going anywhere, and it's another +1 damage, another +1 to your crew damage. This is my, hang on, this is my last one. No, doesn't succeed. Couldn't have got my weapons or multiple explosions.
Stationary.
So you're
I've got 2 fires.
still burning.
Yeah.
You're a little bit smoky. There's a barbecue on.
No, that was the turn dice.
Oh, right. No, no, sorry. We need a different coloured dice at the time.
Yeah. I'll
Don't mind,
dig a
or
blue
whatever.
one out. I think I'm going to fail this, but I'm making you sweat.
Ah, yes, it's kind of the point. Okay, so that was the Warspite's firing. Your firing continues.
Now, the thing is, I've got 2 lots of destroyers who can't fire torpedoes.
At all, or they're waiting to reload?
2 at all. Second one is reloading.
So, yeah, because they have to
Well,
spend
let
turn
me
reloading.
just check. Let me just check.
Oh,
I
hang
could
on.
be talking.
That was a Warspite. The Warspite will use as secondaries against the Akatsuki as well. I might as well, you're in range. 6 dice. I want 5 to hit you because you are a boom. 1 successful hit. 1 point of damage against the Akatsuki.
Akatsuki. I think. Oh, Christ.
Crippled?
Yep.
Yeah.
Akatsuki. I mean, just work out what damage I've done. There. They're halved. Torpedoes are no good, I've run out of loads. Speed is after. All this is half speed.
She's got nothing left and she's down to 1 damage. She's got 1 gun. 1 dice for damage.
1 dice of damage. But she's still floating. At half speed.
I'm not killing anything. I'm just at this point. It's just I'm not killing anything, but I am crippling.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so are they doing anything? To put it in a nutshell, she can't do anything because the Agano's got
no weapons whatsoever. All she's got is the whole target practice.
Yeah, and your destroyers can't fire, so
They all they got is secondaries.
so it's just and these 2 have already acted.
Never.
So it's basically on to me.
No, I got them 2 lots of destroyers haven't used. I can only shoot.
So you can fire your guns.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
You are within 10, so yeah.
Shirayuki.
You can fire your main. You can fire your
Shirayuki.
second, but your main armaments.
Oh,
She got torpedoes still.
oh yes. I thought I'd fired the starboard torpedoes.
You fired a port.
I fired the port.
So you can still launch torpedoes.
I can launch torpedoes at your battleship.
From
Shirayuki.
Shirayuki against.
Is that within 10?
Yes, she is within 10.
And Hatsuyuki.
They both fire torpedoes, can they?
Well, I'm just checking. Hatsuyuki. Yep.
So she's dumping her torpedoes as well.
Yeah, yep. you go.
Is that it?
That's them two done. I've only got the front two left.
Okay. Rodney can't shoot. Warspite. King George V is fired. Cossack and Nubian have done their thing.
That lot.
Yeah. So Belfast will open fire with her main armament against the Tukasuki. Where are we?
Yeah. The one that's got one left.
Yeah. 15, so I don't get any bonuses. How far did she move?
She moved 7.
Okay, cool. So it's literally just your target score is 6. It's your beam, so 5. That's it, and I get to re-roll because I got twin linked. I need to re-roll that one. Cool. 4 points of damage. Sorry. I've hit you 4 times. I'll be quiet. 2.
Good boy.
She gone.
Akizuki, yes. No.
Yuki, not Yaki.
Yuki. Yeah, she's gone.
Okay, so she's killed. She sinks. Okay. I assume you don't have anything else that can shoot or engage?
And then front two star destroyers. Are they within range of your crew battleship?
These two, they are within. They're both within 10. I don't know what your gun ranges are.
15.
15, yeah, you're in range for guns.
And that's...
It is Shirakumo and Isanami.
Shirakumo.
I've got it right this time.
He has 1 dice. 2 dice. Let's see if I hit. No.
No. Not with that dice.
That's me first.
No, you need a 3. You did. You get one successful. You will need 6s. Yeah.
4. No.
Yeah, because she's
Sorry,
dead.
you know.
Remember, she's dead in the water, so she's bobbing. She's basically running off momentum now. Okay. Rodney can't shoot. Warspite is fired. The Belfast. Okay, and the destroyers are out of range for everybody. Okay. Torpedoes.
This is where the Yamato goes glug.
From 1 rack of torpedoes, no. I'd have to get very, very well. But that means
not to crits.
But I do get to do my thing now. Okay, so this is from the Nubian. So I get 2 dice. You are a beam to me, so your target score would normally be a 4, I believe.
4.
So I'm on 3. Okay, 1 successful hit, which gives me 4 dice. They are AP. Your armor is 6, so it becomes 5. Do you have a torpedo belt?
Yes.
Okay, so you can force me to re-roll
Some of your dice.
some of my dice. 2 successfully penetrated the armour.
No crits.
They're both criticals. Potentially criticals. They failed. I got
That's
3s.
nice.
So the torpedoes are done.
Okay.
And
Can
you
I
will-
sink
and you
3
will worry.
battleships in 1 turn?
I wouldn't be surprised at this point. Which one do you want to start with?
Start with the 5th one away from you.
Warspite.
And that's
Okay,
5
that
dice.
was. She is a beam, so 4s to hit with your torpedoes.
Yeah, 5 of them are destroyed, which gives you 5 dice.
Oh god, everything hit. Why? Let me just get my card and my marker. Or shall I just reach out and take it? Go on then.
That was the tell me that one is
Akitsuki.
Akitsuki. I apologise for this, but
Because it's the
Yeah.
Akatsuki and then the one I just killed. You need. Hang on. You
nothing
need
miss.
4. Oh no, your super AP rounds, I assume.
Yep.
You need 3s or better.
So that's 4 hits. No crits. 7, 8, 9 with 2 crits.
Mm-hmm.
No, one of it. 3.
Too many.
Anyway, that's
Too many racks. Okay, so 9 points of damage.
2 possible crits.
9. Oh yeah, and I have a torpedo belt, so you can. Basically, I can make you re-roll everything, can't I?
Yeah.
With torpedo belts. Yeah, I want you to re-roll all of those because no, you're not sinking my ship.
This would be bad if I get more 6s.
All the ones that successfully hit you anyway. So it's 9 dice.
1, 2, 3, 4 hits with 1 possible. Oh. 3, 4. 3s or 4s
On
to hit.
freeze.
So that's 5 hits. You reduce my total. 1 possible. Yes.
So you get it through. So hang on, so that's 5, yeah?
5.
Okay, so 2d6.
8.
Weapons. No, sorry, engines. 9 is weapons. 8 is engines. Okay, 1d6. What do you get?
1.
Turbine damaged. Speed becomes 4. I take, hang on, 1 and 1. That's it. So it's a critical point of damage I need to repair. Well. Okay.
Now that's that one done.
So that's the war spike done. Do you want to do the Rodney next? Move along in row.
Yeah, the next one.
Okay, you will require 4s to hit the Rodney.
2 hits.
With your super AP, I assume?
Yep.
4s again.
I'm throwing dice at you now, Alex.
I know it's torpedo belt, so you can reroll all the successes.
Yeah, I'm just taking more out so I don't do you. Here we go. With 3s or 4s?
4s.
4s, okay.
For the Rodney, she's a bit better at it.
5 hits.
5
1
hits.
crit.
One possible crit.
Crit.
Of course, go on.
7.
7 engines.
2.
Props are damaged. -2 to my speed.
You were going nowhere anyway, I thought.
The Rodney's still puttling. She took a magazine explosion, and I take 1 and 1. But she is very, very bad at it.
Okay.
I will be heading for the nearest dry dock after this one with whatever I've got left of the task force. It's 2 racks into the King George V.
Yuki. Oh god. I gotta try and remember the names on these dumb ships.
Shirayuki and the Hatsuyuki. Again, you're on freeze to hit her because you're not a beam to her.
Torpedo belts?
She does have a torpedo belt.
Okay.
I think this is both racks of torpedoes.
Yeah.
Just flinging at me.
3s or 4s?
Freeze.
Okay. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7.
I don't like you.
But the thing is, I haven't sunk it yet. They're not going very far, but I haven't sunk it.
Stop poking holes in my battleships.
Your torpedo belts are working very, very well.
Anything I'm happy about.
Here's the first 5.
One success. One success, which is also a crit. Okay. Or potentially.
I'm on 5s or 6s.
Armour, you'll be on, again, your super AP, so you're on 4s.
Okay.
You are Super AP?
Yep.
Okay, pause to hurt my arm.
Pause.
My armor.
Oh, that's another 5 hits. 2. 2 more. Two more hits.
10.
4 more hits.
14.
Last. This is your last. 2 more.
16.
16. Of which 5 were possible crits.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. She is also crippled.
Oh.
How dare you hurt a Britannic the Britannic Majesty.
I've got 5 chances to get a crit.
Ah, yeah, I know.
Okay.
Go on then.
First one.
So 4s are better.
No.
Second one.
Yes.
Go on then. 2d6.
10.
10. That's weapons. Go on then. 1d6.
2.
Secondary weapons damaged.
Okay.
Hang on. Okay, keep going.
Yep.
Okay, 2d6.
10 again.
10 again. That's again weapons. 1d6.
5.
Turret destroyed.
You choose.
No, I'm gonna randomize this one. I've got 1 to 3, so it is
1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 or 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Rear turret's gone.
Okay.
So the Y is dead. Y is gone, and that's another 3 points of damage. And 4. And she's on fire. Don't worry.
And then I think they're singing all.
Oh, believe me, she's
Nope.
there's not much left in her.
This is where I want a magazine exploding. No.
Right, while you've done that, I will then see how much of my ship is actually still going. That turret's still there. The B turret is gone. She doesn't move anyway. That's now 3. That's now 2. Now the deck is gone. Her radar is damaged. And her torpedo belt is no longer functioning. And her torpedo belt is full of holes.
So does that mean 3 out of 4 battleships are now stationary?
Rodney, HMS Rodney and HMS Warspite can still move and function, and Warspite is probably my healthiest capital ship.
Mine is dead in the water, but still got teeth.
Yes, and refuses to die like a good warship.
Unless I can fix my engines.
Yeah, because I need to start repairing mine. Anyway, right. We all done with torpedoes?
Yep.
That is everything done. Okay, so fires are put out on a 7 or better. 1 dice for every fire. So
I've got 2.
Rodney's fire is gone.
Was it +3 or +4?
3 or better, +4.
Hey!
Managed to fight that fire out. Okay. And then it's on a 9 or better to repair your critical damage.
Engine.
Rodney's engines.
Yes!
Can you do it a 5th? No. Oh, God.
I'm mobile again.
No.
At half speed.
Warspite. No. Okay. None of my critical damage is replaced. Smoke comes off. So, turn 6 and initiative. Yeah, Charles.
I think I've done quite well, actually.
I think you've done very well. I could be wrong. You could have actually done terribly. But I'm just not poking enough holes in you. I think I'm doing the right thing. I genuinely think I'm doing the right thing at the moment by trying to concentrate my fire on the Yamato. That's the thing that needs to die.
But the thing is,
not dying quickly enough.
You got a difficult choice. You can fire everything at the Yamato, try and blow it up. Then you're leaving yourself open to my torpedoes. My destroyers are coming in and getting you. My plan nearly worked. Yeah, you might notice I just decided go down the middle.
Yeah, I've seen it done.
Yeah. Try and go as fast as possible, using my destroyers as a screen.
Yeah.
Trying to blow holes into your ships as I go past them.
That makes sense. That's what you would do.
Yeah.
Well, remembering that with what was it? We did the Kriegsmarine versus the Soviet Baltic fleet, because Nathan had the Baltic fleet. We actually had everything to play the scenario, and I lost the Deutschland.
Oh dear.
I lost the KGN Deutschland in that game, but he lost. But I think Nathan lost everything bar 2 or 3 of his destroyers, because the capital ships I basically just sunk because I just concentrated fire on them. And he was very much, oh, but I got my battleship, my destroyers off, and I was like, yeah, true enough, but none of your big things got away. They're sunk. They're going to the bottom of the Baltic, where they belong.
The problem is I've run out of torpedoes.
I know. That's the only thing I'm happy about.
And the only ship that could replenish lost its torpedo tubes. Yeah.
Right, so what do you want me to move first?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, I'm actually going to do something a bit different now. I'm going to do a where is it? Flank speed. Okay, so these two are going to do flank speed, so they're going to push out to 8.
Get out of the way.
So there's not much they can really do at this point, so they basically screech away. Your ship can move.
I fixed my engines.
Yes, so the Yamato can move.
I can move half. Oh man, about half is 2.5. I was quite happy. It's good. I put the fires there as well.
Yes. They're also going to do full speed. So they all move 8. Okay. The sea's a bit wobbly.
7. Hey, I'm off board.
So they're gone.
They're gone.
So they've continued on.
They're going on to the Guadalcanal.
Okay. Wherever it was, they were. Is it Guadalcanal?
Yep, that's where they're going.
Okay.
Operation Tengo was to go to beat itself on Guadalcanal and act as an artillery platform.
Yeah, makes sense. Weirdly. Hold on, I've got to do this right now because they've all had a kicking.
Oh, have they ever?
They've all all suffering massive amounts of damage. He can move. He's got one turning point. Okay.
Is that past the mark?
No, he's just on it though. Yeah, literally just on it. Turning marker. That's fine.
I thought I had laminated some of these for you. I didn't do them for myself and I can't find them.
She can now shoot this turn. Have you guys been 3 turns? Was it turn
This is turn
6?
6.
So yeah, 3 turns of fire and she lost it on the turn 3? No, last turn. Next turn she can open fire. Sorry.
Okay. If she's still there.
Next turn she can continue shooting.
How badly damaged is she?
Rodney?
Yeah.
Yes.
One good hit and it'll be good. Good
Yes. I'm not even lying when I say that. It's yes. Oh yeah, King George V just sits there. She can't move. She's lost her engine power, so the Belfast is going to continue. It's going to keep her. She will also push her speed up. Bring it to 8. She falls in line with the others. She fires and destroyers. Do you have anything else that can move?
Akizuki.
Oh yeah. In the middle. Got no torpedoes left, has she?
No, she fired last turn.
Ah, so you've got. Sorry, it takes
You-
one reload?
No.
Oh, she's done.
Done.
Oh, okay. So she's got her guns.
That's what I mean. I've run out of torpedoes. Just think, what's been your battleships? 6, 7?
They'd be 5s normally.
5, same here.
It's good, just don't smoke again. It's going to help, but she's trying. So, I've got no more movement. I believe you're all done on your movement.
Yes. Blast away, shall we?
What do you want to shoot with first?
My Yamato.
Yeah, of course. Who are you targeting?
Okay. One turret, 2 turrets, secondaries.
Okay.
I'll do your left-hand battleship first.
So the King George V.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll 3s to hit her. 2s to hit her because she is a beam. You're 15, so that's fine.
3s,
2s.
all 6 hits.
Is that your A and your B turrets, is it?
Yep.
God. With your super AP because your battleship is nothing but cheese. Right, you're picking on my poor crippled King George V.
6 hits. Jesus. I'm hoping this means goodbye battleship. And what do I need? Super AP?
4s.
4s. We roll it twice. Roll it twice.
She's gone. And so the King George V is sent to the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. Not even bothering shit. She basically had 1 point of health left.
Oh, if I'd done that, I wouldn't have fired 2 turrets.
That's the point. I ain't telling you.
Yeah, no, I have to. Your battleship is
Rodney.
Yeah.
4's freeze.
3,
9.
12.
How? Oh, 4, yeah.
4 per
points of
da-
damage, 4
per
points
hit.
of damage. Armour will be, in this case, 4s again.
1 crit. 1, 2, 4 hits or 4 points of damage with 1 possible.
1, 2, 3, 4, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, she is now into the crippled barrier, but we'll work this all out. Crippled, correct? No.
No.
Okay, I will then start working out. So A turret is gone. B turret is fine. Q turret is gone. That becomes a 2. Torpedoes are gone. Belt is fine. Radar is gone. So she's down, that's fine. She ain't got much left in her. She is a cripple.
Well, both your battleships are not very healthy now.
No.
Your destroyer is.
You're fine on a Nubian, aren't you?
Yeah.
With your secondaries. Within 10. So it's +1. Should just launch away. No, it doesn't matter because they're secondaries. 5s.
3.
Oh, three hits or yeah,
3 hits.
Oh, 3 hits. Okay.
No.
You get freeze to wound because you'll be weak guns.
3 hits. Well, 3 damage.
Okay. Yeah, because you can't crit with secondaries.
Pity you got 2 6s.
I'm so glad my tribals are slightly better armoured than my J's and S's. Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it for the Yamato.
Then the Warspite will give the rebuttal.
What's left of it?
Warspite's still functioning. Okay. You've got 2 dice. Just so I double check range. Because I still have the radar lock on you. Okay, so it's under 20. I am hitting you on. I'm going to assume target is 4.
Yep.
So I'm on freeze to hit you. Because you are a beam. Cool, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes. Turn those to you. So that is 1, 2. So the first 2. Possible, so that is. Your armour is going to be 6s. I'm
Yep.
AP, so that makes it 5s. So that's okay. That's 3 hits with a potential crit, and then the remaining 2, 4, 5. So that's 4. And that's another 3 points of damage and another potential crit. So the first
6 damage and 2. Oh,
And
8
2
damage and 2 crits with 2 possible crits.
Yep. Okay, first one is success, because I got a 6. Okay, which strikes your with 6, which is engines. 3, props are damaged, +1 damage, +1 crew damage, -2 to your speed.
So
And the other critical hit also succeeds. A 4, which is crew. Okay, this could be quite nasty. A free, which is multiple fires. So you take 3 crew damage and 1d6 of fire, so you get 1 fire. And 1 fire starts on her. You did well. I'm not going to complain. You did something. Okay. Your next ship to do anything, if you've got any.
Marine destroyer, the right hand one, is in range of your battleship.
The Akatsuki.
Yeah.
Range of, as long as she's got guns over 12, yes.
15.
Cool. So she can fire on the Rodney.
2 dice. Yay.
Need 4s.
1 hit.
My armour is 6s. Weak 6s.
That's all I've got.
Cool. Belfast's guns are up to 26. I don't think she's in range. Oh, she is in range of the Yamato, so she can. So the Belfast is going to target the Yamato with her 6-inch guns. That is over. Sorry, let's make sure I'm over 20. Yes, I am. Okay, I'm over 20, so you're getting plunging fire, but you have an armoured deck, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm weak anyway, so I need 6s to do any damage to you if I hit you. Okay, your target score is 4.
Mm-hmm.
You're a beam, 3, but you're at long range, 4.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, the Belfast has radar. Ignore all that. Because I can see you, there's nothing in the way, so I don't need to roll to actually lock you. I'm good. Basically, I'm on 4s. 4s to hit you. 2 successful hits. Twin link, so I get to reroll the other 2. Okay, that makes 3 successful hits. I need 6s to do any damage.
Mm-hmm.
1. 1 point of damage. Because I still need a 6. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6.
Okay. You got 3 points for sinking 3 destroyers. I get a total of.
You sunk a battleship, a cruiser, a heavy cruiser, and 4 destroyers.
6.5. 2.5. 2 for battleship.
Yeah.
1.5 for cruiser.
Yeah.
I'll bet you. I think I got that one.
Yeah, because I get more points for taking out your ship, so you get less points for taking out my ships.
I sunk 1 battleship, 1 cruiser, 4 destroyers.
Yes.
7.5.
7.5 points, okay.
And you got 3 destroyers.
3 a point each.
Yeah, but you get.
Are we calling the game ending? Are we ending the game there?
I'm down to half inch.
How many turns did you reckon it was going to take you to get from one side of battle? Because this is the whole thing. Because it was the whole idea was you had X amount of turns, so you started at one end.
I haven't reached halfway, and I'm down to half an inch.
Oh yeah,
movement.
Because that's the only thing I keep doing. Because I keep knocking out your engines.
Yes, right.
I keep bashing your props to death.
Question. I have still got a lot of damage and crew left. And all you got left is 1 heavy cruiser.
I've got a cruiser. It's weird because technically being a 6-inch cruiser, she's a light cruiser, but this is the Royal Navy. She's a cruiser.
How much damage of your battleships got left?
The Warspite is about halfway through her damage.
Yeah.
The Rodney is into a crippled round. She basically has 1 turret left still functioning.
Okay.
Though both of them are still running fairly good crew numbers. The Rodney is pounded.
I take it they're the only destroyers with torpedoes.
My J's, they haven't done
Okay.
They've not done.
So
that.
you're gonna torpedo me to fuck.
I'm going to try to. The Belfast is also manning torpedoes. So yeah, my intention will be to come. The destroyers will come
torpedoes
up,
at me.
and the Belfast will be chucking. We'll be basically trying to burn you out and torpedo you to death.
By what time you sing me, I won't even reach the end of the table.
The weird this is actually the interesting thing about it, because almost to put it into a reality world, I would say I agree. The Yamato in this case has failed because
Maybe from the front of my Yamato to the edge of the table, where that would be.
So
at current speed.
That'd be 40 turns if you're moving on half an inch of pose.
We've only got
20 inches. 20 inches, so that would be 40 turns it would take you to get her. Even if you were to repair your engines sufficiently enough to get speed up.
Yeah, I'm not going to make it in 14 turns.
40.
40,
because it's 20 inches, so double.
Yeah,
that.
but the game only lasts 14 turns. And one turn 6 now.
Because it was supposed to last 14 turns, because that was how many turns it would take you at
I reckon
full whack from one side to the other side, plus a little extra, which is a sort of standard fit, which is where you sort of like, which is Charles Grant's book thing of you get from one side to the other. You add a half again in order for you to actually be able to get there.
But I must admit, you took a heck of a pounding. I thought you had 3 cruisers.
I had 2. No, I had a light and a heavy. I basically had the Belfast and a HMS Belfast, HMS Dorsetshire as my 2 cruisers. The Dorsetshire is a heavy cruiser because she's a Norfolk class.
Mm.
And then I had 2 battleships, the HMS Rodney and HMS King George V, and then the battle cruiser Warspite.
I had 6 out of my 10 ships probably off the table. Even though one of them had no guns, no torpedoes, and just about had an engine.
Agana would probably get herself scuttled. She was scuttled and the crew would be taken on. You'd probably find that the destroyers would sweep back, take on the crew and go.
I'd have 5 destroyers left.
Yeah. That's the thing. The Yamato at this point is...
It's just target practice because
she's going to die eventually.
Yeah, I can kill 1 or 2 of your ships because I've got the gun to do it.
The thing is that, because I know, granted, she should in theory be going up against Colorados and things like that.
What do you mean, man?
But but this is what she was designed to do. She was meant to go up against a vastly superior in numbers fleet and basically be able to violently punch and make the opponent go, ew.
Yeah, it's what I've been doing. Once I got within 30 inches, that is.
I will say this, I think I was very lucky with the first few salvos from HMS Rodney, purely because every single salvo was doing critical damages, and I was either setting fire to you and or doing your engines in, which basically just slowed you down.
5,
The escorts,
8.
I'm a bit annoyed, but then again, it's the Agana's probably going to go. The Agana will go down because
the destroyers have legged it.
they're all they're all in, I assume, relatively good shape. They just haven't got any more torpedoes.
2 of them are down to 1 point.
Okay, so
Well, the others are fairly healthy. They can be reused.
Yeah. Again, it's one of those things of they will materialise around, as you said, Guadalcanal, and they will cause havoc. But they will die, but they will cause havoc before they do so. I don't know. I'd have to speak to some friends of mine and go, what would the Admiralty think of this one, other than me potentially having to write my letter of explanation why I messed up. Why I lost.
You'd be the American version of the captain of the Indianapolis.
Well, I'll be writing my explanation letter, particularly as the fact is that I'm not too sure which was my flagship, the King George V or the Rodney, because if it was the King George V, I went down with her. I'm more than likely to come round with her.
Do you know what's so special about the Indianapolis?
No.
It was the ship that carried the nuclear bomb to the launch point, on the island where the plane took off.
Oh, the super fortress.
Yeah. Then they left to go back to a different harbour and got sunk
Yeah, as I said, it got sunk.
by a Japanese submarine.
Hmm.
He was the only captain to be court-martialed for losing his ship. Yeah.
Do you know what? It reminds me of one of those things, because when I was in the army, you used to see these things saying, "I lost my rifle, so I got charged £500 and reduced in round," all this sort of stuff. And there's one that was a little bit jokey, and you have a picture of a soldier, sort of like, stereotypical soldier pose. So I lost my rifle, I was charged £1,000 of daily wages and stuff like that. And there was an RAF. There was an RAF tanker driver who's basically went, "Yeah, I damaged my vehicle. I was charged £2,000 for the damage." And then you've just got this picture of a very smiling, happy-looking naval captain, and he's there, and it basically says, "And this is why the captain goes down with the ship, because you've got to pay for it."
Yeah. So, did you enjoy that?
I
It
did
was
very
getting a
much.
bit tense.
Tense, tense. Just a touch.
Especially when I was starting hitting these battleships and they were taking out every